How's everybody doing? Welcome back to Asshat Podcast on YouTube. Yeah, I'm filming at a different location this time. I'm having to kind of house sit for somebody right now. So I was like, well, I got the place myself. Let's get some filming done. And what we got this time is issue 14 of Amazing Heroes. I've done, this is what, the 4th or 5th issue of this series. I'm just going to stand up. It'll make this easier. Let's start off here. As always, open up with some portfolios for sale. This is from August of 82. So this is early on in the run. So, you know, I am going to sit down. It'll be easier. Subscriptions, you know, back issues. Star Wars. You see the Star Wars comic strip, which was, I don't know. I know Dark Horse at one time was collecting these in trades, but I don't know if they ever finished. All I've ever read is what's been reprinted in these Amazing Heroes issues, because I don't think this was ever syndicated in my area. If it had been in the newspaper strip, if it had been, I would have read it. And we got comic report Omega Man new series by Silver and Giffen to debut. That's Keith Giffen. Yeah, never was a huge Omega Man, and it's pretty much remembered now for being the first appearance of Lobo. Wonder Woman 300 be a super spectacular issue. Only thing I remember on Wonder Woman 300 is the Kirby and Simon Sandman from the 70s appears in here and talks about he's in love with Wonder Woman. That's about it. Boston Brand is back. Yeah, Dead Man's coming back. Dalgoda, 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 Dalgoda. Anthropomorphic science fiction series. Probably best known for being the first appearance of Usagi Yojimbo. The DC merry-go-round where artists and creators are getting moved around titles. DC Heroes and Villains, Superboy, Superman meets Superboy. Now that would be... Okay, that's not who I thought it was. Briefly noted DC, Best of Legion reprinted it in digest. Yeah, this is back when DC used to do those blue ribbon digests. I've got two now. I've got a Green Lantern one, and I've got a Green Arrow one. The Green Arrow one I had as a kid, and I've just rebought the Green Arrow one I just found cheap. Marvel merry-go-round, talking about Frank Miller leaving Daredevil. Marvel Heroes and Villains. We got some pages of artwork from the upcoming Marvel graphic novel, New Mutants, which it says was once delayed again. I don't know why I keep on getting delayed. Matter of fact, one of the issues I covered recently was all about the New Mutants. Okay, then we got briefly noted in Marvel, Coyote by Steve Englehart and Steve Lealoa. I've got a couple of issues of that. Never read it, but I do have new comments from Pacific. Nexus number 3, the first Flexi comic. This is one I talked about before. Came with the little dish you played along with it to give you the sound effects and the voices and all that shit. And there's silly covers. And we got our coming distractions, you know, with the DC stuff. There's a really cool Warlord cover right there. Imagine how much longer this would be if they were doing this like in the, say, 93, you know. This thing we Miss Mystic. Actually a really good little series, just it got hurt by the delays and all that. That was Neil Adams. I'll say Neil Gaiman there for a second. I was just thinking about Neil Gaiman recently when this will date when this is being recorded. I just read that Neil Gaiman has approved a Sandman like kind of series of one-shots or something. Gaiman must need the money. He's whoring out the only property his people really seem to give a crap about. Night Force. And this is what this issue is all about. As you saw on the cover, Camelot 3000. This is a huge article on Camelot 3000, which is Brian Boland and does it say around here? I cannot remember who wrote it. Michael W. Barr. This was a 12-issue maxi series. It was one of the first mature reader titles from DC, even though I don't think it was labeled as that. And set in the future, King Arthur comes back and he's trying to find all the rest of the Knights of the Round Table. I've actually never read this. Heard about it for years, never read it. We got Jeremy Brood by Richard Corbin and Strond, or whoever that is. This is a hardcover. Don't know a lot about this. I know Corbin, most of the Corbin stuff I know is from like heavy metal. More stuff on, I mean, it's really good Brian Boland art. I do remember reading and hearing that like the last issue, this came out extremely late, like way behind when it should have. Captain Courageous, from Kree Warrior to Big Red and Blue Cheese, a hero history of Captain Marvel. Now this is one of the reasons why I'm glad I found this issue. I didn't know a lot about this Captain Marvel. This is the Marvel, the Kree Warrior, of course, from Marvel Comics. This is a good overview of his entire history from when he started off looking like that to, you know, let's turn the page. Oh, he's still looking. I'm trying to find where he gets the... And it talks about Roy Thomas taking over and all this. Advertising for Love and Rockets #1. It shows you how old this is. Issue 1 of Love and Rockets Volume 1. They're on volume, what, 3 or 4 now. There he is. That's the Captain Marvel most people know. And of course, nowadays, you know, you got Carol Danvers as Captain Marvel. Not that huge on that idea. I'd rather they kept her as Miss Marvel, but I understand why they did it. And this is the Guide to Marvel Reprints. This is the first part of it. Beppe Sabatini's. And basically all he's telling you is where to go find these stories you want to read. Now, you know, like Spider-Man. This is Amazing Spider-Man 22 is reprinted in Marvel Tales #17. And let you know if they're full reprints or if it's missing a page or whatever. Now, this is the neat thing. Not only does this have Star Wars, this has a couple pages of Starhawks, which is Archie Goodwin and Gil Kane's syndicated newspaper strip. Fairly neat stuff. And then we get to our reviews. Comics in Review by Kevin C. McConnell. And this is Camelot 3000 #1. If it isn't a recipient of some sort of... I'll be very surprised if Camelot 3000 isn't a recipient of some sort of comics art award. Brian Boland, of course. It was $1 for 25 pages. So that was kind of expensive back then in '82. I think comics were like still 50 cents back then. Amazing Spider-Man 234, which is a Roger Stern issue. Illustrated by John Romita Jr. back when he could still draw. I'm not a John Romita Jr. Yeah. Charlton Bullseye #10. I think I mentioned this in my League of Regrettable Heroes review. I don't know if it was the first or second part. This is the first appearance of Thunder Bunny. Charlton Bullseye was kind of a... We'll publish whatever you send in thing, but you're not going to get paid for it from Charlton. Charlton was trying to survive, and it didn't help. Fairly long review on it. Then we got this neat little ad. The Comics Art Gallery. We got Superman choking out Zod with the other 2 Kryptonians from the Superman movie. We got some pages of letters here. Here we got Daredevil, Batman, Moon Knight, Cap America, and Robin all talking. Chin Dealers. Pacific Comics is proud to announce they're opening of our 3rd distribution center. Fast shipping straight from the printers. Pacific was a neat idea. It's just I think they paid too much. That's why they went. I've never actually heard the full reason. The potpourri. The moonbeam mixed wine ride reeks. It's about a Little Abner like diner. In 1968, you could get a brochure describing Dogpatch USA, a Disneyland imitation based on Al Cap's creations and located in Marble Falls, Arkansas, and managed by ex-governor Orvin Fabus. Cap's son married the girl who portrayed Moonbeam McSwine at this park. The park had rides like the Earthquake, Magoons, Ball and Rattler, and served like Sloblonians Freezing Delights. Is this place still in business? Note from Don Rosa. In the early 60s in Louisville, there was a large restaurant named Little Abner's with a 20-foot full figure of Abner with a burger and shake in each hand, taking a big hillbilly step. The interior is all done up in Dogpatch style with portraits of characters and food named after the characters. The chicken takeout buckets were metal with an original Cap strip around them. Out back, they showed old Abner cartoons to the driver and crowd. Was this a franchise or one-of-a-kind restaurant? Okay. And I like this. Wendy O. Williams never said that article or piece here. When asked how she passed all those hours while traveling on her concert date, Tina Turner replied, I used to read comics and I decided my mind could use a bit of improvement, so I took up serious reading. As well teaching me about a lot about life, it also improved my vocabulary. I used to get embarrassed when big words that I could not understand were flung at me. Now I do the flinging. I also meditate to digest all swallowed. Time goes much quicker now on the planes and trains than it did when I read comics. From Family Week, April 22nd, 1979. Fuck you, Tina Turner. I've actually seen her in concert. She's very entertaining in concert. Of course, that was, Jesus, early 90s. The Elfcraft Carrier. And then an ad for Hugo, which is a fan of graphics. But not that much besides the Captain Marvel and the Camelot 3000 in this issue. But like I said, anytime I find one of these, I pick it up. And I've got a few more issues. I just got to dig them out of the back issue boxes. But that's it for this time. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, remember, give me that thumbs up, leave a comment, subscribe, all the other bullshit. Talk to everybody later. Bye-bye.